Hello everyone. I am wearing long sleeves in 90-degree weather because it's almost fall. I wanted to make this video as cozy as possible, so I got the long sleeves. I'm in my bed. Also was gonna wait until August, I think it's 18th or 19th to film this video. It's actually August 15th today, but I wanted to get a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, which actually I've never had. So I'm not usually a Starbucks very like sugary drinker. For this video, I thought it would complete the mood, but I didn't wait for it. As usual, I have my reading journal on me, so I'm gonna read through my TBR. Literally, we're gonna get really comfy here, okay? In September, I am planning to read around 9 books. Usually when I lay out my TBR, I only end up writing out 8 to 10 books to read, so September actually happens to be 9, and I do figure out what I'm gonna read pretty much months ahead of time because I like it. It gives me something to do and something to write in my journal, and most of the time I write it in pencil so then I can erase it because I usually change my TBR all the time. So this TBR video, I want to be very specific. It's not set in stone. It's just kind of what I plan to read. I do plan to read the Jade City trilogy. I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. It might become more. I've talked about Jade City before already due to like a book haul that I did, I'm pretty sure, with it, but I do plan to do a reading vlog with this at the end of August or beginning of September, so look out for that. But I do plan on reading the whole trilogy. Usually if I don't like the first book, I'll push off the trilogy, but I'm so in the mood for a fantasy trilogy right now, or a fantasy series in general, and I think Jade City will kind of check that box for me. That's Jade City, Jade War, and Jade Legacy. I also plan to read a few more Christina Lauren books for a video also. I've done a few Mariana Zapata vlogs, and I was like, what's another author I want to read more of that I can make a video out of? Christina Lauren. I really like their books, and I plan to read 3 of them in September. I plan to read The Honey Don't List, Something Wilder, and I forgot the whole title, but it's Josh and Hazel's date something. I'll put it up on the screen, but I plan to read those 3 books for a vlog, so also keep an eye out for those. New releases in September, Kingdom of the Feared. I read Kingdom of the Wicked last year. It wasn't like my all-time favorite. I had just read Throne of Glass, which was like, I was on a high with Throne of Glass, absolutely loved it. Kingdom of Ash like crushed me, and then I picked up Kingdom of the Wicked, and it didn't really satisfy me, but it was still very good, and I'm running to see where it goes. I haven't read Kingdom of the Cursed, but Kingdom of the Feared comes out in September, so I plan to read those 2, Cursed and Feared, in September. That's kind of a loose TBR for September, so let's go into October now. October is a really, really exciting month because guess what? It Starts With Us comes out. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover was actually the first book that I posted on my Bookstagram, as well as the first book that got me into contemporary romance. I'm pretty sure I rated It Ends With Us 5 stars, but I'm gonna reread it in October, and I'm wondering if my rating will change since I've read more contemporary since then, and maybe my tastes have changed a little bit because I don't really remember much, and I think that it'll help jog my memory for It Starts With Us. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know I don't read a lot of thriller, mystery, horror books, but for some reason, when I moved to Colorado, I went to a few bookstores. I went to 7 bookstores in 7 days, and there were so many good options of thriller mysteries that I've had on my TBR, but I'm never in the mood to pick up. And I really want to get in the mood in October, in that like spooky Halloween mood. So I think what I'm gonna do is split it up into like 4 weekends. So 4 weeks in October, where I will every weekend I'll pick a new murder mystery or thriller or psychological thriller or just something to read, and maybe I'll vlog it, and I might get myself in the mood for that book. So I might go like to Target, maybe. That's so basic, oh my god. I might go to Target and like buy a Halloween decoration, or I might go buy a Halloween costume. I don't know, just kind of get in the mood with that kind of stuff for each weekend, because when I do read them, I really, really enjoy them. I have a few on my TBR. The Kind Worth Killing, I saw someone that I follow on Instagram reading it. Her name is Katie Hearn. She's like a fitness guru that I've been following for a really long time. She was reading it and said amazing things about it. And she's read books that I've liked before. So I thought, okay, well, if she likes it, then I'll probably like it. The Kind Worth Killing is more of a suspense thriller book, not really like horror or anything. But I thought this would be a good book to maybe get me in that mood. Then I have a really exciting trilogy. I believe there's a fourth and maybe even a fifth book coming out, is Gideon the Ninth, which is a fantasy book with also, I'm pretty sure, a little bit of science fiction in there. But the cover's really scary. So I figured this would be, it looked like a fall book. Like it looked like a dark, not a very sunshiny book. And that's kind of what I want for October. Along with Gideon the Ninth, there's Haro the Ninth and Nona the Ninth. And I'm pretty sure there's another one coming out. And those three I thought would be really good back-to-back books that I could pick up and maybe find the audiobook to if I wanted to listen to it while I'm driving or something. They just seem right up my alley with fantasy. And then The Woman in the Window, which is kind of one of those classic thrillers that I feel like everyone has read but me, and I really, really want to read it. I bought it in that 7 bookstores in 7 days video because it was on sale, and I just want to pick it up. It seems like one of those books, it's on my shelf, it's on my physical TBR, why not read it because I have it. The next book is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I've done a few Mariana Zapata vlogs and I want to do another one, and this one is set in Colorado, and since I live in Colorado, I figured why not read it, put it in a vlog, and I'm planning on doing like a 24-hour vlog for it where I read the whole book, which they're dense books, so I don't know how that's gonna plan out. But Brock, my husband, has an ultra race that day, and I'm gonna be just hanging outside, like meeting him at aid stations and everything, and I'll have a lot of time on my hands. So I thought, what better to be in Colorado reading a book that's set in Colorado in the outdoors. Hopefully it's nice weather. I just thought that it was kind of like the perfect setting and the perfect time to do it. And the last book that's at least on my written TBR is the Audible version of Savage Lands. Oh, Shadowlands, sorry. It's the 6th book in the Savage Lands series. It is out, but it wasn't out on Audible yet, so I'm waiting till October to listen to it because that's when it comes out. I loved this series. It was cheesy. It wasn't like my all-time favorite, so I'm going to listen to it. Now we're on to November. 2 new releases that I'm really looking forward to in November are Blood Marked, which is Legendborn's 2nd book by Tracy Deonn, and A Light in the Flame by Jennifer Armentrout. I've been waiting so long for these two. Legendborn was also a book that kind of got me into my reading journey. It is young adult, so it's not my like all-time favorite book, but it had so much depth and history into our main character, Bree. Loved her. Can't wait for her little 2nd book, and I believe it's called Blood Marked. That's what I have it written down in my journal, so. And since A Light in the Flame by Jennifer Armentrout comes out, I plan to reread A Shadow in the Ember just to kind of refresh myself, and I reread From Blood and Ash this year, so it just makes sense. I kind of want to reread A Shadow in the Ember so then I can read A Light in the Flame. My bra is bothering the crap out of me. Another series that I want to read is The Kiss of Deception. The 2nd book is called The Heart of Betrayal, and the 3rd book is called The Beauty of Darkness. And these 3 books have been on my TBR for a really long time, and now since I own The Kiss of Deception, it almost makes me want to read it a little bit more. And that dark green mysterious cover of The Kiss of Deception kind of gives me fall vibes. It's kind of like I do judge books by their cover, but I like to judge books by their cover. Don't judge me. I also plan to read Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. This is a duology. I've heard amazing things, and I really want to read this with my friend Ashley. I got her the book a few months ago. Actually, it's probably been longer than that. I got her the book as a gift, and I was like, hey, we're going to read this together. when I moved to Colorado, and since I'm here, we haven't read it yet, so I want to read that. It feels like a darker, like wintry vibe though, so it might be like a more end of November kind of book. I didn't list that many books in November. My TBR again changes a lot, and I think that I'll start to accumulate and gather more books to put on my bookshelf that eventually, like when I kind of have like a free gap and I'm like, hey, I just finished a really good book. What should I read next? I'll probably just go to my bookshelf and look at my TBR shelf and like pick something off of there to read. So I'm not too stressed about having a strict TBR, but that is my TBR for the fall. If you haven't read any of these books, or if you have any other suggestions or any new releases that I didn't mention, please comment down below. If you guys want the inside scoop or the sneak peek into my book reviews, definitely follow my Goodreads, which is down below. Basically, after I finish a book, I give it like a day or two before I write a review, but I always instantly rate it. It's kind of my initial instinct, and then sometimes I'll go back and star rate it. But go follow me on Goodreads so you guys can see what I've been reading and what I'm going to read. Give this video a like, and I will see you next week.